Yeah. So I have the posted the last class related. We have come. Is my screen is visible to everyone? Is my screen is visible, right, Shirisha?
Visible.
Visible. Okay. Right. So actually, in the today's class, we will be discussing about the continuation of the previous class. We have discussed about some introduction of Power Query, like what is the introduction of Power BI Desktop. So those are the topics that we have covered. So anybody is attending this as a first class. So I will share the recording of the previous class. Only one class is completed for this batch. So I request everyone go through that first class before listening this class if I missed the previous class. But if you miss the previous class, is not a problem. So I will start with the fresh topic so that you can understand this topic. Okay. So now this is the Power BI desktop. Once you install the Power BI desktop into your system, this is the general interface of the Power BI desktop. Now, as a first, how we can connect to the data. So suppose this Power BI is helpful to connect with the data. From the data, we'll create some visuals and reports and we share it to the client. So as per today's class, I will try to connect to some data. So that data I want to connect to some Excel source in the Excel. So usually we are loading I have a one file called sample superstore data. So in the downloads, I have sample superstore data. Just I want to load this Excel into Power BI desktop. So just you need to click on get data. In the get data, you select Excel. In the downloads, I have kept one file called as sample superstore. Just select that file. And after selecting the file, just click on open. So wait, one of the student is calling. Please be on the line. Yeah. So in order to select this file, so sample superstore data, we need to select the file and just click on open. Once you click on open, the files which are there in the Excel that will be loaded into your Power BI desktop. So initially, it will show what are that files are there. So we have orders table, people's table, returns. So these are the three sheets which are present in the Excel. So you need to select this order. So when you select the orders table, it will show what is the data which is present in the table. When you select the people, it will show what is the data which is there in that people sheet. If you select return, it will show what is the data which is present over there. So first you need to select that file. After that, what are the tables or sheets are there that will appear? You need to select those file. And after that, you need to click on the load. Once you click on the load, the data which is there in the Excel, now it is loading into Power BI desktop. See, now the data is loading. So it will take some time depending upon your file size. Okay, so here the file size is less, so it is loaded in within 2 or 3 seconds or 10 seconds. But if the file size is more, it will take some time to load. So once the files which are connected, you can find in the Power, this is a Power BI desktop tool, right? You can see it in the data section. This is the data section. And you can, if you open this, you can see what are the columns that we are connected. What are the columns that are present in that particular table, you can see. In the people's table, we also some columns are there. In the returns table, the columns are there. So here in the data section, you will find we will see what are the columns that we have loaded. Now you want to see the data which is inside. So in want to see what is the data which is present inside the tables or we loaded from the Excel, you need to go to this section called as table view. Once you go to the table view, you can see the data. See, I'm going to the table view and open any of the file, any of the table, just click on any one of the column. See, the order table contain these are the columns. The columns related data is present over here. Okay. Now, in this is how you can load the data into your Power BI desktop. Now, when you see the important concept here we study is data types concept. What is meant by data type concept? If you load any table, the columns which are present in the table will be represented here in the table. See, we have row ID. These are different types of the row ID. We have the order ID. So all these tables are columns are represented over here, which is present in this order state. Okay. Now, when you click on any one of the column, there is today's topic will study about important topic called as data type. So let me open one notepad. So this is very important to understand what are the types of the data types are there. This is very, very important concept. So let me open. Today's topic will be discussed about data types. So what is meant by data type? The type of information it gives. Data type represents it. What is meant by data type means it represents the type of information, the type of information stored in the column. So what is the type of the information stored in the column? It will explain. So what is the type of information? Suppose when I open this Power BI desktop over here, each and every column, see when I open the row ID, it is showing the data type as whole number. That means these are the numbers inside. This column is storing the numbers. That's why the data type is represented as whole number. Okay. So when you broadly classify how many types of the data types are there, generally we will have three types of the data types. Okay. The first data type we call it as number data type, and second data type we call it as we have written somewhere here data types here. Yeah. So generally we have three types of data types. The first data type we call it as text data type. Second data type we call it as number data types. Third data type we call it as date data type. So if in a column the text is stored, we call it as text data type. What is meant by text means A to Z. If the characters are stored, that we call it as text data type. But inside, if the numbers are stored, it may be decimal number 13.5 or 14.5. It may be 1, 2, 3. Those data types we call it as number data types. And inside, if the date is stored, so date like order date, ship date, any date is stored, that data type we call it as date data type. So broadly, we discuss about when the what is meant by data type means the type of information which is present inside that particular column. We call it as data type. Usually there will be three data types. First, we test data type, number data type, and date data type. And in the text type out also, there are some case scenario where if your data types contains number and character, you need to mention it as text data type. See, first I'm saying if inside the column, if it is number is stored plus text is stored, number and text. If number plus text is stored, you need to give as a text data type. Okay. If it contains characters like A to Z, name, alphabets are present, then also you need to give the text data type. And if it contains some special characters, what are meant by special characters? Special characters are nothing but and, ash, okay, and hash, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Those type of special characters are if present, then also you will try to give the text data type. Okay. And one more, if there are some unique identifiers, what are meant by unique identifiers? So unique identifiers will be common for any single person. So what is a unique identifier? If I say, if I want to ask you a address proof, that should be unique. What is a unique identifier that you can give? Your Aadhaar card. Suppose your Aadhaar card is a unique identifier. That means single person will have only one number. So that Aadhaar card is unique. But the thing is, in the other card contains numbers, but will not give the data type as number because this Aadhaar card, or you can call it as PAN card. Okay, suppose if you store PIN code, if you store zip code, suppose ration card number, suppose employee ID, suppose customer ID, suppose passport number, suppose your voter ID. See, these are called as unique identifier. Unique identifier means these are very specific to that particular person. Even unique identifier contains the numbers 1, 2, 3 in it, but you should not code it as number data type. What we have studied, if there is number, you need to store it as a number data type. But by default, see, Aadhaar card is specific for what particular person. No two person will have same Aadhaar card. PAN card. In that PAN card, you have alphabets and numbers. Text plus numbers. Then you need to give text data type. PIN code and zip code. So PIN code and zip code will be specific for the reason. No two places will have same PIN code or zip code. So ration card number, it is specific for particular person. Employee ID, customer, if you join any company, no two employees. Two employees will have same name, but no two employees will have same employee ID. So if the employee ID will be in the number format 43578, but those are numbers and people will try to give the data type as number data type. That is wrong. All unique identifiers must be stored as text data type. Suppose customer ID. If it is special characters, you need to store it as text data type. If it is number plus text, you need to store it as text data type. If it is text, you should store it as a text data type. And what is meant by number data type? Number data type it may be whole numbers, okay, whole numbers. It may be decimal numbers, any numbers are present inside, then we call it as the number data type. And what is meant by whole numbers? What is meant by this number data type means, see, we have sales. Sales will have some numbers. That is number data type. Suppose discount. Discount is 5%, 10%, 8%. So those are numbers. You need to give as number data type. Profit. 5% profit, 10% profit, 100 rupees profit. Those are numbers, right? So you need to give number data type. Any numbers, suppose quantity. Quantity means quantity, 150. Those are the quantity. Those are numbers, right? All those numbers, the whole numbers, decimal numbers, sales, discount, profit, quantity. These are stored in numbers. You need to give it as number data type. And what is meant by date data type? Suppose the dates like your birth date, order date, hiring date in any table, hiring date, or you can say ship date, or you can say return date, created date, modified date. If in a column, such type of columns are present, and if inside the date is stored, okay, DDMMYY, then those data types we call it as date data types. Okay, some type Boolean data types are present. If inside true or false, it is stored. So it is called as Boolean data types. So these are the general, but the interviewer will not ask if inside the test, some people know only this. If inside text data type, number means number data type. If inside date data type. But interviewer will not ask this. If I have a special characters, what are the data type you assign to that? This call we can call it as text data types. I have some unit identifiers like Aadhaar card, PAN card, which is unique to individual. even though it contains numbers, we need to assign those as text data type. If it has decimal numbers or whole numbers, you need to assign it as number data types. If it is any date format, you need to assign it as a date data type. Now let us see this live, how the data types are assigned. So we have understand this theoretical concept. Now we will go back to the table, whether this it is following those rules or not, then you need to understand. So once you go to the Power BI over here, see row ID. Row ID it is that means numbers. So data type is whole number. The whole number means what is this data type? All whole numbers we call it as date number data types. Okay, whole number. This is the whole numbers. Now order ID. Now, what is order ID means what we have said, a number, a data type is contained number plus text. Then even it contains CA is a number. 2016 is CA is a letter. 2016 is a number. You have number and date. So what is the data type? Automatically it is stored. The data type is text data type. Okay. So when you go to the order date, when I click on the order date, so the data type is what? Date data type. So it is automatically the Power Query will detect. Okay. Suppose ship date. That means 22nd. Inside the date is stored. What is the data type? It is here. Date data type. Okay. Ship mode. All inside the characters are there. Alphabetic letters. If the alphabetic letters are there, what? Text data types. You can see here text data type. Now come to customer ID, but customer ID is there. But in the customer, you have numbers and alphabets. Then the data type is text data type. You can see the numbers and special characters are there. You can give as text data type. Customer name, all are letters, all are alphabetics, all are text. The data type is text. So like that, it will store the data according to it. Okay. Now you can see the region. So region is a text data type. Okay. Here product ID it is there. Okay. Product ID means it is numbers and characters. If the numbers and characters are there, the data type is text data type. So this is the important the data types. Here sales, that means decimals. What are the decimals? If the sales are decimals are there, numbers are there, the data type should be here decimal data type. Decimal is nothing but in number. Decimals and numbers will comes under here. Whole numbers and decimal will come under the number data type. So these are called as decimal data type or number data type. Quantity, it is also a number, whole numbers, number data type. Discount, here 0, 1 is there. That is also a decimal number. So the discount, suppose discount may be 10.5%, 5%, like that they will give. The profit also, it is present in decimals, the decimal number. Okay. This is by inside this Power Query will detect this decimal data type. Okay. It is up to if you are assigned the decimals, if your data types are not assigned perfectly, and if you build the visuals, you will get the visuals as wrong. So it is a first step. Once you load the data type, when you load the tables, you need to see your data types are working perfect or not. Now let us give an example. I will give the example. See, here we have the sales column. Okay. Now to understand the importance of the data type, now you will understand this sales. I want to club all the sales which are present in this column. We have how many rows? 9,994 rows are there. I want to add those values of the sales. Okay. And the data type is present inside the decimal. The data type is perfect. Okay. Now I want to find it. How I can find, how I can build a visual which should add all these values. This, what are the sales are there. Now, how you can build the report here in the report view. I want to find what is my total sales. So I want to represent in one card visual that should represent the total sales. So in order to find that in the report, you will select the KPI card visual. This is the card visual I am selecting. Now in this visual, I want total sales number. Okay. How I can find? I will go to order table. In the order table, what we have the sales, right? Just you select the sales. Automatically the number will have 2.30 million. That means if you go to the table view, if you add all the values like 995 rows which are there in the sales column, you will get 2.3 million as out. Okay, that is clear. And now your data type is also perfect. Inside the decimal number is there and data type is decimal number. Now what I will do, I will change the, I will not change any values here. I will not change any values, but I will give the wrong data type. Inside text is inside decimal is there, but now I'm changing the data type to text. So I'm not changing anything, but have changed to text. Now I will go and see my visual because inside the decimal is there, but have given the text. I have assigned the data type wrongly. Now I will go to my visual. See what is happening. You are getting wrong information. Sometimes if you connect to real-time data, if you not check the data type, it is not a mandatory that every time you will get the data where the data type is perfectly matching. But sometimes there will be issue with the data type. So here there is nothing, there is nothing wrong with the data. Here sales 7.7 is same, but the data type is decimal, but the data type we have stored the wrong. If you build a visual with the wrong data type, even data is there, you are getting the wrong result. Now what I will do, I will go to the table visual and this is data type is text, right? Again, I will change the data type to decimal number and it will ask for the warning. You are trying to change the data type. You click on yes. So from text to again, here inside the decimal is there and I have assigned the data type is decimal. Now I will go to the visual here. See, I am getting 2.3 millions. That means when you add all these sales, these rows, 999 rows of this particular column, you will get 2.3 millions. So that is the importance of the data type. If it is date, you need to give the date data type. If it is number, you need to give the number. If it's alphanumeric, you need to give text data type. If they are unique identifier, you need to give text data type. If it is PAN card, Aadhaar card, employee ID number, those are unique to individual, even though numbers are there in that. But as they are the unique identifier, try to give the text data type. Okay. And if you have some special characters, then also you try to give the text character means and, ampersand, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, is equal to, minus, plus. Those are special characters. For that, you also try to give the data type. So this is called as importance of the data type. So the first step, once you load the data, it is your duty of the Power BI developer. You need to go and check, suppose there, yes, it is row ID, it is whole number, order ID, test, it is the order date. So sometimes you will issue will be there. If you build the visuals, if you get the wrong, then you need to go back. Yes, whether my data types are correct or not. If you give the wrong data type and you will not get the visual. So that is the important of the data types. Okay. Now, now let us discuss some important concept after the data types. We have some concept, important concept called as filters. Okay, let us study some concept related to filters. How you apply the filters in the Power Query. Okay, after data types, what are the different types of the filters are there, and how you can apply the filters in the data in this particular Power Query. That is one of the important topic. Okay. So first, in the data types is over, like three data types are there. Now, apart from the data types, after the second concept we will be discussing over here is, see, filters in Power Query. When you discuss about filters in Power Query, there are three types of filters will be there. Okay? Three types of filters. The first filter we call it as number filters, or let us keep it as text filters. Text filter. Second one, we call it as number filters. Third one, we call it as data filters. Right. So what is the use of these filters and how you apply these filters is the very point of discussion. Now, let us go to the Power BI desktop over here in the Power BI desktop. Now, in order to understand the text, so let me go to one specific column called as region column. Okay. Now this region contains information on four different like regions like central, east, south, and west. All regions are there, and those regions by sales we have. Okay. Now my requirement is out of this, I want to filter out uh, region. Suppose I want to filter out a specific region. So how I can filter out the west region? So here you can select the region. Now there is an option if you inside it is text is there, right? West, then automatically the text filters will be there. Okay, it will be enabled. Suppose inside if you select the numbers, suppose we have some quantity over here, quantity. If I apply the filters, this is a filter, right? If I select here, automatically it will show the number filters. That means the inside the data we have numbers. Now, if I go to a date column, if I go to this is the date column. If I apply, if I select on filter over here, it will show date filter. That means if inside the text is there, text filter will be enabled. If inside the numbers are there, you will find the number filters. If inside the data date is stored, the date filters will be enabled. So this is how the numbers will be there. Now what I will go, I will go to one of the region called as city or state. I will go apply the filters on state. Now I select on the state in the text filter equals to. Okay, we have different states. See, out of this. Now out of this different state, I want to filter out only Alabama state. Okay, I don't want all other state. I want only Alabama. How you can select? You can select on text filter. You can click on equals to. In the equals to test filter equals to, you need to type it as Alabama. Okay. Suppose I'm selecting ALABAM. I'm selecting Alabama and I'll click on OK. See, inside the data, all out of all the states, only Alabama is filtered out and remaining data is not selected. And how you can confirm whether your filter is applied? See, if the filter is applied, you can see the filter symbol over here. Once you click on here, see, once you click on this filter over here, you can find the text filter equal to Alabama, like I am selecting here, filter, text filter equal to Alabama. And you can find the data which is related to only Alabama you can find. See, the data contains only Alabama. And I don't, and out of this 9,994 rows, only 61 rows are filtered. That means out of all the state, this 61, Alabama is present 61 times. So that means Alabama is filtered over here. Okay. Now, if I want to clear the filters, you can text a clear filter, you can click clear over. Okay. Now, this is we are applying generally on where in Power BI desktop. Now, in order to study this filter concepts more accurately, you need to go this filter concept. This is you are able to understand over here. But in majority times, where you will apply this filter concept, you will study this filter concept in Power Query. So now we have discussed about the data type. Next 10 years of 10 hours of the class, I will be discussing on Power Query itself. So right now in the home button where we are, see, we are in the Power. This is a Power BI desktop. Once you download the Power BI desktop, this is the interface that you can able to see. Now, from now,
Janardhan, I have one doubt here.
yeah,
Janardhan.
tell me.
Once go to that filter once again.
Go to
Not here. No, yeah. Go to that state filter, click on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, here I see select all, right? If we uncheck that box and check Alabama, it will select, or we need to go through equal to only.
No, you can
Just
select it
have to
directly also.
understand.
You can select it. You can select Alabama also. You can able to select here.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a process that you can directly, you can select it or you can go to the text filter and select. But when you go to the text
Both are
filter,
same or any?
both are same.
Yeah,
Both are same.
both are.
Same,
Gotcha.
but only if you directly you can select. There is only one way that you can filter out of all this. At least you can select 2 or 3. But when you go, when I unfilter it, suppose I'm selecting the chance. When I go to the text filter, you go when you go to the text filter, it will have multiple options. Equals, does not equal to, starts with, ends with. So these are the different type of option will be available. But if you can directly click over here, there is only one option. That means you can select whatever the data you. Okay. Either way, you can whether you can select directly from here or you can select to the text filter. Okay. And majority of these filters will study. This is the Power BI desktop, right? Now, once you load the Power BI desktop, now you need to the next 5 to 10 hours of the class we discuss on Power Query. Okay, this is the first part. So from
Okay.
Power BI desktop, if you want to go to Power Query, this Power Query is useful for transforming your data. So you need to click on this transform data. Once you click on the transform data, the Power BI desktop will be going and you will open the Power Query editor. Now, next coming
Mhm.
classes will be discussing over here. Now, if you study the
Okay.
filter concept here, we can able to understand more. See, I will go to what is the filter that we have we have go for state, right? Now, in the previous
Correct.
class, I showed we want to go to the go to column. I want to go to the state, right? So you can click on go to column
Mhm.
and state.
Okay.
Click on state and now, yeah, now we can study the test filters. See, the first
Okay.
thing is I'm selecting on state column. I'm clicked on text filter.
Mhm.
See, text filter
Okay.
equals to, suppose equals to
Mhm.
here, when you go to, when you open the Power Query itself, it will open the drop downs actually. So it will show
Okay.
what are the drop downs. So if I want to select Alabama,
Mhm.
what are the states which are there, the drop downs will be opened in form of here. Now, if I want to select California, right?
Mhm.
If I click on OK, the data which related to California is open. And
Okay.
now if you open this filter, it will show, see, out of all this only California is selected. So this is how
Correct.
you can able to find over here. Now, this is
Okay.
the one way, but
Mm.
in the same by using this, if I want to select two regions, okay, suppose if I
Mhm.
want to clear the filter, you can filter over here, clear filter, okay, or you can if you apply clear filter, the filter will vanish. And requirement is if I want to filter out two regions, suppose I want to filter out California, I want to filter out Alabama, both. So text
Mhm.
filter equals to, so I want to select California, okay. And most of the people will be selecting and it is selected equals, some people will do equals to, instead of California, I want some Texas or something, Texas. But if I select both like California and Texas, now you will not get California and Texas. Instead, you will get the blanks. See, if I select OK, I will get the blanks. So what is
Okay.
the reason behind it? Actually, when you go to these filters, when you go, if you want to see what are the filters applied, you can select over here. Filter where states equal to California and state equals to Texas. So when you use
Oh.
and, it should satisfy two conditions. Filter the state
Okay.
is equal to California and state is equal to Texas. A state cannot have two names. And means
Mhm.
when if you want to use and, it should satisfy both the conditions. That means filter the state is equal to California and state is equal to Texas. When it should satisfy two conditions, then you need to use and. But when you use and, a state cannot be California and that state cannot be Texas. That's why it is giving empty. But now if I
Mhm.
want what is the option now? How can I get California and Texas? Instead of and, if you select or, so I will remove this and now I will filter I will, if you want to remove the filters, you can remove the filters over here. Now what I will do, filter, text filter here equals to, now I want to filter out California. Instead of and, I will use or and state equals to now Texas. Now, if I select here, like filter out the state equals to California or state equals to Texas. So if it is a state is California, it will give the output, or state equal to Texas, it will also give the output. That means if any one of the conditions satisfies, or when you take or, if any one of the conditions satisfies, it will give the result. So if I select now, okay, I will get the California records and I will get the Texas results. See, okay. See, you will get the California and Texas. If you want to see here, you got the California records, and when you go down to the Texas, you got the Texas result. So that is the difference between the and or. And means if both condition true, true, it will give true. True, false, it will not give true. False, true, it will not give. False, false, it will give false. But in case of and, if any one condition, in case of or, if any one condition satisfy, it will give the output. That means if the state is equal to, first it will go and search, state is equal to California, it will give output. Or again, it go for search for state is equal to Texas. If any one condition satisfied, it will give the both outputs. But in case of if you use and both satisfy cannot both a single state cannot have the two names. That's why you will get the empty records. So this is how you can select the states like contains. Now, what I will do in the same I will go to the filter column here. Instead of equals, what I will do does not equals. State does not equal to California and or state does not equal to Texas. Now what I will get the output? I will get all the states names except does not equal to California means this California is not included. Does not equal to Texas means it will not include Texas. Apart from this, if you want to select all the states I want, if I don't want California and if I don't want to Texas, in that condition, you need to select does not equal. So I am selecting filter out state does not equal to California, California is excluded, or does not equal to Texas, Texas is excluded. So you will get the filters where California, Texas will not be present and all the states will be present. Over remaining states, you will get the data. I'm selecting on OK over here. See, when you see Arizona out of state filter rules does not equal to California, does not equal to Texas, right? So why it is coming over here? You can see. Wait, I will select again. Filter. It will not come. Does not equal to. Suppose I'm selecting. Does not equal to California. I'm selecting. Okay. But it does not equal to California. Except California, I need to get all the dates. Okay. I'm selecting. See, when you see here, California will be missing. See, Alabama, Arkansas will get, and California is missing. So why it is missing? I am selecting state does not equal to California. Okay. If you select a does not equals to, that means except that California, you will get all the dates. So that is called as does not equals to. Equals to means if you select that, that particular state will, the data you will get. Now, one more thing, if I want, previously I have not cleared the filters, that's why you have got the wrong data. Now, in the text filter only, now there are some states which are coming with the alphabetic order. When you look at the states over here, some states are starting with letter A, some states with B. Now, I want to filter out all the states which are starting with the letter A. Only that states I want. Now, in that condition, how you can filter? Click on the test filters. You can click on begins with. Begins with, you can select on begins with enter value A. So I want to filter out the states with begins with A and click on OK. So you will see all the states with are starting with the letters A that you will find over here. And if you want to see in the filters over here, Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, these are the states which are starting with the letter A. So those states are only filtered. Now I will apply the clear filter over here. Now there is another option. Text filter does not begins with. So if you click on does not begins with. So I want to filter out the states which does not begins with the letter A. So Arizona, Arkansas, Alabama, that except these three, all states will be present. All state will be filtered. See, does not begins with A. So click. And if I select on this filter, see, Alabama, Arkansas, and Arizona. Previously it was there, so that will be not appear over here. Except those and California, Colorado, this will be filtered. But what are the states which are starting with the letter A? It may be Arizona, it may be Alabama, it may be Arkansas. Those are missing, and remaining states will be you will be getting. So the reason being you have selected a filter does not begins with. So all the states which are does not begins with letter A and those states will be filtered. Okay, that is called as does not begins. Now there is another way in the text filter also ends with. So I want to filter out the states ends with NA. California, IA. Okay, IA. Ends with letter IA. Okay, California. Anything, any letters, any state that ends with IA. If I select on OK, see, there are some state, California, Pennsylvania. So these are the states which are ending with the letter IA. So if I want to filter C, out of this California, last you have IA, Colombia you have IA, Georgia you have IA, Pennsylvania, Virginia. These are, I want to filter out the states where the last letter should be IA. So Pennsylvania, California, Georgia. Okay. So in that case also you can also filter out the data. So in that case, what you will select uh, ends with the text filter we have seen does not begins with, does not ends with the letter A. If you select remove the filters over here, and I want to filter out the states with ends with the letter Y, or which ends with the letter A only. Last letter should be A, ends with A. If you select on OK, see all these letters, California, Florida, the last letter will be A. And if you want to see that states, Alabama, Arizona, California, Colombia, when you look at the letters, the last letters will be okay. In that way, you can give anything, Colombia, IEA, or OF. So what are the letters that you will give, and that ends, all these are the states is ending with the letter A. In that way, also you can filter the data. Now, if you want to remove the filters, you can cross button over here, or you can click on clear filter over here. Your filters will be removed. Okay. Now there is another way that you can filter the data. Does not ends, see ends with, does not ends with. I want to filter out the states does not ends with California, NIA. So all the states will be filtered, but in the last two letters will not be IA. Only that states will be filtered. So okay. Okay. See, wherever you see the state, in the last IA will not be there. AA it is there. But in the California, NIA, the Pennsylvania, you have IA. So all the states will be filtered, but in that states, you will not have a letters. The last two letter will not be IA. Here A, but IA is missing for all the states. Okay, like that, you can about filter the data. Okay, such type of the requirement based upon your requirement, you can filter out the test function based upon the requirement. Okay. Now, in the state filter also, you can give the text filter does not contains. What is meant by contains? Now I will go to customer name. So instead of being of the state, if the customer name is there, let us go to if the customer, yeah. Suppose customer name is there. In this customer name, we have different types of the customer names are there. Now I want the to filter out the names which have okay, the names filter. So I will give some any name filter contains. I will use in that contains. I want to filter out the state which contain in the name Alan is there. Alan, just I am giving a random name. I want to filter out the names. In that names, Alan should be there. Okay, I will click on OK. See, these are the names we contain Alan. It may be starting or it may be end, but in that name you will find Alan. See here, Alan Armour, Alan Goldmal, you have Alan. Alan Rosenbolt, you have the letters Alan. Andrew Allen, you have the Allen. So like this, you can filter out the state, filter out the names which contain Allen here. That means when you use contains throughout the names or throughout that particular record, wherever Allen is there, it will filter out. That is called contains. Now, same if you want to filter out the does not contains if you use except these names, Alan Arnold, Alan Goldman, Alan Rosenblatt, Andrew Allen, except these names, all letters you will get, all names you will filter. See, same here in the customer name, I will remove the filters. Here in the text filter water does not contains, I will does not contains Allen, Allen. Now I will select OK. See, you can find all the names, but in the no name, you will not contain Allens. In the starting, actually, Allen is there. Allen Roosevelt, Allen, that have three names. The three names will not appear because what we have used in the filter rows, if you want to see the filter, if you want to see what type of filter is applied, there is an icon called as gear icon. You need to click on this gear icon, you can see. I want to filter out the names. In that name, Allen should not be there. So you have given that filter. So all these are the names where you will not find the island. Okay. Now, if you want to filter out the name that begins with Allen, so I want to filter out the names. The starting letters will be Allen. So in that condition, what you will do? If you given the customer name, test filter, you can click on begins with C. I want to filter out the names which begins with Allen. Suppose click on OK. So there will be three names. See, Allen, Rosebud, Aaron. All these are the names which the starting one is Allen. So what are those names? If you want to see, you need to go to the filter. See, Allen Armold, Allen Golden L, Allen Rosenbach. These are the filters. These are the names which contains Allen in them. Now, if you want to clear filter, you can clear filter over here. If you want to clear here also, you can filter. Now, what I will do, I will apply the filter text filter ends with Allen. I want to filter out the names that ends with Allen. So there will be one name you can see over here, Andrew Allen. So that means this is the name where you ends, the name is ends with the Allen. So that name is filtered. So it is not only this example. Based upon your requirement, you can apply the filter. As you are applying the filters on the text, we call it as text filters. Okay, text filter. So in the text filter, what are the text filters are there? We have seen equals. Equal means particular records will show. Does not equals means except that record. Begins with means it starts with letter A or ends with starting with the letter ln, it will begin. Does not begins with except that. We seen ends with, does not ends with. We have seen contains, does not contains. So interviews what will ask, they will ask. So have you worked on the text filters? You can say I have worked on the text filter. So in how many ways that you can filters in the text filter, they will ask. So you can say these are the options that you need to give. So we filter by equals to, does not equals to, begins with, does not begins with, ends with, does not ends with, contain and does not contain. So these are the options that are available. In this way, you can filter and you can give any one example. So I have in your project, I have filtered upload a region column, region contains, region contains first. So you can take one example and you can explain the interview. So this is called as text filter. So how to use the different type of the filters. Now, when you apply the filter concept also, here there will be two types of filters will be there. Basic filter and advanced filter. Now, this is a very important. What is meant by basic filter? When you use the basic filter, you can apply the filter on only two conditions. Only two. So filter, suppose I want to filter out the, so I want to filter out, suppose I am applying on state. See, I will try to remove remove this, and I will go to state column. I will go to state column. Here state, I apply the equals to. So when you apply the basic filter, so region equal to, I'm selecting California or equals to Texas. Or you can give anything. So here we can apply filters only two conditions. If you select on OK, so you will get the states is equal to filter. See, California you got and Texas it is filtered. Now there is an option if you filtered rows, if I clear the filters, this is basic filter. In the basic filter, you can apply only two conditions. But in the text filter, same equals to, instead of selecting basic filter, if I select advanced, so I can filter more than one, more than two, multiple. See, filter out state equals to Alabama, and I'm selecting or. Filter out state equals to, I'm selecting New Mexico. You can add class. If you use advanced filter, you can add a class. That means you can add button, or you can use or. Now state equals. Instead of New Mexico, I can give the select Florida. Now add a class. Again, you can select or state equals to Florida. I want to select which. So I want to filter out state is equal to Alabama or state is equal to New York or state is equal to Florida. or state is equal to Michigan, and I can select on OK. And you can see here what Alabama is filtered, Florida is filtered, Michigan is filtered, New Mexico is filtered. So if you want to filter out multiple conditions, with the basic, they will ask what are the types of filters are there, basic filter and advanced filter. If you want to filter out only few distinct values, that means only two, one or two, you go for basic filter. But if you want to filter out many distinct value, so what are the filters are applied, no need to go over here. You can click on gear icon, then you will show state equals to Alabama. You have applied multiple filters. So the multiple filters you can apply when you go for this advanced filter. And one more thing, most of the people while selecting here, they will try to select instead of R, you need to add a class. Here also, if you select anything and over here, and you will not get the data correct. You need to select if you over here and you will not get. See, here you will get only Alabama. But you will think like you may think that I have correct, made it correct. Filter state is equal to Alabama or state is equal to Texas, and you give and on. So you will not get the data. So instead, if you want to, and means it should satisfy all the conditions. But instead, instead of this, if you select R only, then you will get all the reasons. So if the state is equal to Alabama, it will filter Alabama. Or New Mexico, it will filter New Mexico. Or Florida, it will filter Florida. Or Michigan. That means finally the output you will get Alabama records, New Mexico records, Florida records, Michigan records. And if you want to add any other class, again you need to select here R. And if you state, again you can give to select equals. Okay, instead of Michigan, you are selecting any one Texas. So these five states, if you want to see, you can filter out the data is related to five. Okay, this is the way. Or if you have this list is more, suppose you can say, ah, sir, I can select from here means, suppose think that 1 lakh records are there. So in that case, you need to scroll like this, right? It will take a lot of time. Here also you can go Alabama, Florida. From here also you can select, or there is one way you can go to the filters and you can select here from the drop downs also you can select. Okay, that is a multiple. Advanced filter means you can filter multiple values. Basic filter means you can apply only one or few distinct values. So this is called as a text filters. Okay, what we have studied in the today's class, we have studied about what are the text filters, what are the data types, three different data types, and we have studied about text filter. Now let us study about the number filters. Okay, what is the number filters? If you want to study the number state filter, you need to go to the state text to data type. If you want to go to the study the number filters, I need to go to the number data type. So what is my number data type here? See, quantity, it is a number. Okay, inside the numbers are there. This is called as number data type. Okay, suppose if I want to load some other table. So if you see in the from the Power Query editor also, you can download the data or you can connect to some data from Power BI from here also. So how you can connect the data? See here, this is a Power Query. From here also you can connect to the data. So you can click on new source over here, the Excel sheet. From here also you can connect to the data. Okay, I'm selecting on this new source. See, once you new source, it will open like this. Now in the desktop, I have stored one file. Okay, one Excel file. I want to connect to that file. So what is that file? That file is EMP department table. This is the file that I have selected. So I will select that file and click on open. Once you click on open, when the Power Query, they see what are the here, what are the sheets are there in that Excel that will appear. So in that like employee department file, we have department sheet. So they contain this data. It contains employee sheet. That employee contain this data, and it have manager sheet. That means we call it as this data. So in the Power Query, the sheets we call it as tables. That means it has department table, it has employee table, and it has manager table. So these are the three different tables are present over. Now, if I want to select over here, if I want to select them, I can select this and I will click on OK. Once you click on OK, so these are the files like department sheet, employee sheet, and manager. These are loaded into the Power. Okay, these are loaded into the Power. Now, I want to apply, I want to select, we are into the Power Query. I want to go to this employee. Okay, employee. Now this employee table, what I will try to do, I want to filter out this, I want to study about number filters. Number filters means it should contain the numbers, right? If I go to the sum transform data or anything, if I select the files over here. So now I want to see the salary have selected the data type. What is the data type it is here? The home tab also, if I go to the transform tab or something, here the data type is only. Okay, see, phone number data type is there. Hire date. Inside date is there. Data type is date. Manager. Inside numbers are there. See the whole number. Job. Inside text is there. Data type is text. So like that text will be, data type will be there. Now, if you want to study about the number data type, you need to click on the numbers. Okay, number. Where is the numbers are there? Go. You can go to where? You can go to the salary column. Okay, you can go to the salary column where you can find this is your salary. Now, when I click on over here, the filters, number filters will be enabled. Okay, number filter. Now, what is my requirement? I want to filter out salary out of this salary. We have different type of the salary persons are there. Here, I want to filter out the salary of a person whose salary equal to 800. 800. A candidate having the salary 800, that record only I know. In that condition, what you will select that column, click on this filter, and you can click on number filters. In the number filters equals to. Now salary equals to, it will show the drop down. So I want to filter out the candidate who is having salary equal to 800. Okay, 8. Now if I click on OK, the person will have a salary equal to 800. Okay, this is how you can filter the record. And if I want to clear the filter, you can clear the filter and you can remove the filter. Now, next step, I want to filter out in the number filters. Now, in the equals to here, now this is a basic filter. Salary equal to 800. Okay. Now, again, I will select and salary equal to 900. I have selected and salary is equal to 800 and salary equal to 9. If I select OK, I will get the empty record. Why? A single person cannot have two salaries. That means both conditions will not satisfy. Filter out salary is equal to 800 and salary is equal to 950. That a single person will have not have two salaries. You need to, again here also you don't need to select and. If you want the salary of 800 and 950, instead of and, you need to select or. So I will remove this filter. I want to filter out salary 800, 800. You can click on salary column in this number filter equals to, if the salary equals to 800, instead of and you need to select or. Filter equals to 800 and filter equal to. So both filter of the salary is equal to 800 and equals to 950. Now you click on, see the persons were having salary equal to 800 and salary equal to 950. Both salaries will get represented. So this is how you will filter the records. Okay, filter out salary is equal to 800 and filter of the salary is equal to 900. The reason being here we selected in the number filters or so you need to select. Okay, filter out salary is equal to 800 and yeah, I will clear the filter. See, 8 right. Yeah, this is. Now, if you want to select multiple filters, filter out salary equals to, here basic filter means two only you have selected. If I select advanced, now filter out salary is equal to, I want to 800 and you should not select right or salary equals to 950. Again, you add the class or you can select or salary equals to 11. So these three. Now click on. So filter of salary equal to 800, salary is equal to 1100, salary is equal to 3 unit. So this is how you are applying the filters on number.
Now I am trying to remove the clear filters. Now apply the number filters over here. Equals to over, does not equals to. If you want to filter out, I don't want the salaries which is equal to, see, I will go to advanced here. Salary does not equal to 800. I don't want 800 salary. Or I don't want the salary does not equal to 950. I don't want this guys. Again, add class. I don't want the salary does not equals to 11. If you click on OK, all salaries of the person you will get in the final output. But the person having salary 800 it will not come, it will not appear. 950 it will not appear. 1100 it will not appear. Once you click on OK. See, the salary of the person, apart from that other salary, and all the salaries will be reflected over here. So this is called as does not equals to. Now I'm clearing the filter over here. Okay, clearing over filter here. Now again, I'm applying the number filter does not equals to. I want to filter does not equals to 800. If I click on OK, what happens? The person who are having the salary 800, it will not appear, and remaining all the person who are having the salary, it is filtered. So if it is see 800, it is not there. 950 it is there. 1000 it is 1100 it is there, but 850 it is not there. The reason being what we have selected does not equals to. Okay. Now, if you want to filter out, see, if you want to select here, I want to sort the salary ascending. So it is disorder, right? I want lower salary at top and highest salary at the bottom. How you can do? You can select over here. You can click on ascending. That means lower salary will present at the top and highest salary will present at the bottom. Okay. Now, if I select over here, filter out number filter does not equal to. So if a person having the salary 950, I don't want. So you can select does not equal to 950. Right. So the 9 we out of 800 in between 1100, 950 is there. But you have clicked on does not equal to. That will not appear and remaining salary you will get. That is called as does not equal. Now if you want to remove the filters again, you can remove the filters over. And in the number filters also, you have greater than. So what is meant by greater than? You have the salary is 800, 950. My requirement is I want to filter out the persons who are having salary greater than 1000. Greater than 1000. So what are the persons we are having? Here we have these are the persons from 1100 to 5000. So that means Adams. From Adams to here, all these guys, King, these are the persons who are having salary greater than 1000. I want only these persons, but I don't want 800 and 950 whose salaries are less than 1000. Now I want to filter the records in that. How I can filter the records? You can select this filter in the number filters. You can select greater than. You can select greater than. Greater than or equal to, you can click on greater than or equal to here 1100. Greater than 1100. Okay, I want to filter out or greater than 1100. That means greater than 1100, what are the salaries are there? Greater than 1100, what are the salaries? 1250, 1300, these person salaries you will get. So I'm clicking at or you can manually click 1000 also. Greater than 1000 also you can click. You give the values as a manual values also give. I want to filter the salary greater than 1000 and click on OK. See, greater than 1000. 1100 is greater than 1000. 1250 greater than 1000. That means the person who are having salary greater than 1000, you will get out. Now, here if I click over here, clear filter. Now I want to filter out the salary here. Number filter greater than or equal to if you click. Or equal to means that salary will get greater than that salary also. Suppose see, I want to filter out greater than or equal to if I select 1100. And if you click on OK, greater than or equal to means 11. The person who are having salary 1100 you will get and greater than 1100. What are the persons who are having the salary greater than 1100? Those salaries also you will get. Equal, greater than or equal to mean this salary will get the mentioned salary, and greater than that salary also you will get. Click on those. See, this is the person have 1100 and 1100 above. Those salaries also you will get because you have selected greater than or equal. Okay, this is how you can filter the data. Again, I'm try to remove clear filter. Again, if I click on over here, number filters greater than or equal. Now less than. I want to filter out the persons who are having salary less than 1000, less than 1100. If I want to filter the salary less than 1100, if I click on OK, so 800, 950, these are the two person having salary less than 1100. You can click on see 850. These are the two person having salary less than. Like that you will get. Okay. If I want to clear the filters, you can filter the clear filter. Okay. Now number filters less than. Now if instead of this less than, if I have another option called less than or equal to. If I want to filter less than or equal to 1250, so what I will get? The person who are having salary 1250 you will get. Less than or equal to me, the what are the persons who are having salary less than 1250 you will get. 1250 and less than 1250 you will get. If I click on OK, see these are the person who are having who is the person? Ward is a person who is having salary as 1250. Ward you have two person, Ward and Martin. They have average salary less than 1250, and these both four persons like Adams, James Smith, they are having salary less than 12. Like that, you will get the data less than or equal to that value and less than that value. If you want to again clear filter, you can click and you can click on the filter over here. Okay. Again, if you want to see the number filters over here, between you will have an option called as between. Between means if you want to filter some range of salaries. So I want to filter from 1000 to 1500. 1000 to 2000. Between this range, I want to find the salaries. If you want to specify the range, and you can mention as between. So if I select the between over here, okay, greater than or equal to 1000, greater than or equal to, I want the salary greater than or equal to 1100 and less than or equal to, suppose 3000. So 1100 and 1100 greater than 1100. Less than 3000, below 3000. That means 1100 to 3000 you will get, and in between what are the salaries you will get, and here if you don't use or also, if you use and also you will get down, because here it will satisfy two conditions. Salary should be greater than 1100 and less than 3000. That means two conditions will satisfy. It will filter out the person who is having 1100, and that person's salary should be greater than or equal to 1100, and it should be less than or equal to 3000. Here, if the both conditions is satisfied, then we will get the result. So instead of or, you can use and in this condition. If you use and also, you will get the result because it will satisfy both the conditions. A person with salary having greater than 1100 and 1100 above, or less than 300, 3000 or 3000 below, you will get. See, if you get on OK, you will get the values. 1100, 1100 above, 3000, 3000 below. That means the salary between 1100 to 3000, if you want to filter out, you can go for between concept, which is there in the number filter. So this is the way, in this way that you can apply the many filters. So in the interview, they will ask, so in how many ways that you can filter the data by using number filters? And if you're able to give, these are the options that are available. Equals, does not equals to, greater than equal to, less than or equal to, between. Between means, equals means it will get the exact sum. Does not equal means except that it will get the records. Greater than means mentioned if the value is 1000, above 1000 means above 1000 records only you will get. Less than 1000 means less than 1000 only you will get. Greater than or equal to 1000 means 1000 you will get, above 1000 you will get. Less than or equal to 2000 means 2000 and 2000 below you will get. and between means greater than or equal to and less than or equal. So if you want to find the range of records, you will go for the between concept. So this is the way in way you can apply the different type of the filters you can apply. So we have discussed about text filters. We have discussed about number filters. Now we'll be discussing the important concept called as date filters. Okay, date filters. So how this date filter will be helpful for you? Now this date filter will be advanced because there is a the way that where you can apply the number filters, the date filters will it will be helpful for you to filter the date in many ways. Okay. Now let us see about how this date filters will be helpful for you. Now in order to go to the date filters, you need to select. I will go to the order state. Okay, order state. In the order table, I will go to the order state. Order state. So what is the data type? You need to go here. This data type is date. That means inside the date is stored, the data type is stored as date. Okay. Now, if you apply any filter over in the date column, you can see over here, see in this many ways, equals, before, after, between, next, in the previous, earliest, is latest, is not latest, year, month, quarter, week, day, hour, minute, second. These are different type of filters that you can able to understand. Okay, let us go step by step. How you can how this date filters will be helpful for you. Okay. Now, yeah. Now, one more thing. So, in order to apply the date filters, first, if you want to filter any particular date, okay. If I want to filter only specific date, then I can go to equals to here date filter. So, if you want to filter out the date which is the sales which has happened on particular date, that means what particular date you can say. You can mention any one date. Okay, to find suppose 16th August 2016. What is my sales? It is asking to find that date, 16th August 2016. Okay, I want to find how I can find it. See, let us go to the date filter. You can go to the 16th August 2016 also. That means you can go here. You can drop 16th August 2016. This is the way you can have 16th August 2006 means you will unselect it. You can go to 16th August 2016, like 2016, 15 you got. So this is the manual you can do. So this is not 16th August mean 16/8, right? So here you will go 16. If any filters are there, I will try to remove the filters. Yeah, date filters. I will select one random date, 15th August 2016, suppose. Any date, because 15th August, 10th, 9th. Yeah, 16th August 2016, I want to say. So here manually you can drag it and you can select, click on OK. So these are the records filters. These are the sales which have happened in this particular date, ship date. And you can find if you want to find out the sales which have happened, you can club these sales. When you add these sales, you can able to find so on see on 16th August where we have applied the date column. Yeah, 16th August 2016. In this particular data, this much sales have happened, and this in that particular date. That means in 16th August 2015. So this the customer, this David, Julia, and William Brown. These are the people who are ordered the product. And if you want to club the add that sales, you can add this sales and you can give the out. So this is how you can filter the data. But how you can apply instead of selecting manually, and how you can apply this by using filter concept. Okay, clear filter. Now, how you can apply by using the filter concept. So go to the order date over here. You apply date filter. In the date filter, you need to go and click on equals to. Okay, date filter, you can select on equals to. equals to here, you need to give the date. Okay. In order to select the date here, from here, you will select, it will take a lot of time. So if you, instead you will scroll, it will take a lot of time. Instead, you can go to click on this calendar. So 16th August 2015, right? So here 2025 it is there. If you want to go to 2015, that means if you click on two arrows, this two arrows back means you will go year back. Okay, you will go year back. 2014 to 2015, right? Directly you go to 2000. But 16th August you are saying, right? 16th August or 15th August you are saying, right? So you are in March, but I want to go to August, right? So if you click on one arrow, your month will change. April 2015, May 2015, June 2015, July 2015, August. So August 16, 2000, 16th August 2015, it is selected. Now click on, see, these are the sales, these are the customer names. So these are the sales which have happened on that particular. That you can select like that. If you select two arrows back, it will go two arrows back. If you select two arrows means arrows, if you say double arrows, it will years will change. If you select single arrow, month will change. Okay. Now if you want to clear the filters over here, where we applied here order state, if you want to clear the filters, you can clear. In the order state, what you will select in the date filters, suppose in the date filter, the date filters, if you select equals to, okay, equals to. If you want to enter the date, I want to filter out the date in 2014. That means April, suppose April 6, 2014. April 6, 2014. 2014 means year, right? I want to, if you click on double arrow, 2024, you will go, years will change. Okay, if you want to go April 2014, if you click here, year will change 2015. I don't want years to change. Okay, I want which months to change, right? So 2014, if I want to go to here, 2014, I want which date I have said, I want April 2000, April 5th, 2014. So March, if you select this, you will go month next. You click on April 2014. In the April, what is the date I want? Fifth date, right? You can select fifth. So date, April 5th, 2014 date I select. Click on OK. See the data between April 5th is date. So like that, you can go and select the specific date. You can find. Now you are loading the data. If you want to load the data, except, okay, does not. I don't want this date. What date? 5/4/2014, it should not present in my date. I want to load all other dates. Now how I will do? I want to load all dates, but except this date. Except this date. So I want to clear the filter. That means what is this date? What is the date you should remember? April 5th, 2014. So I will clear the filter. Now you may directly go April 5th, 2014 means date filter. You don't have does not contains, right? Equals before is in the list here, but you are not able, does not, you are not able to find. In that condition, there is one option called a custom. You need to go click on custom. Now in the custom filter, here equals to is there, right? Once you open this, you will find does not exist. You can click on does not. Now you can mention the date here. Okay, that April 5th, 2015, you can select. You can select here. You want a April year, right? 2015, right? You can go this double arrow means you will go years back. March 2015. You want to go to April means one step forward. April 5th, right? You select that. Filter out dates does not equal to April 5th. That means all dates you will get, but this date will not appear. In the 2015, you can go 2015, you have the data. Here 2015, you have that to go to the April month. This is not selected because we have selected does not equals to, except that date. If you want to filter out all the dates, instead of equals to, you need to select does not equals to. Okay, that is one thing. Now there is another thing. Now your client is asking you, you have the data from when you look at this data, you're having the data from 2014 and you are having the data of 2007. Now your client is asking, we want to load only 2016 and 17 data. 14, 15, we don't want. Only 2016 and 2017 data. He is asking to load that data. And how you will get that? How you load the data, that particular data? If you want to load 2016 and 2017 data, if I want to load that, and how you will load it? So in that condition, there is one option called as after. Now my requirement is how to load 2016 and 2017 data. 2016 starts from which date? January 1st, 2016. 2017 data. That means I want to filter out the dates before, after, that means December 31st, 2015. What are the dates after that? I want the dates. Okay. So what is the date after December 31st, 2015? January 1st, 2016. January 2015 from 2016 to what is the end date here? 2017 you will get. So here, if you want to see order date, if I want to filter out 16 and 17 data, you can select the date filter, you can click on after. Once you click, I want the dates after which date? December 31st, 2015. So 2015, 2015, March, April, May, June, July, December, after December 31st, 2015. Now, if you click on OK, so you will see the data right from 5th in the January, it is starting 2016, it is starting from January. Okay, you may think, sir, why I am not getting January 1st, 2016, February 1st, 2016, why I am not getting? Reason being, in this particular January 1st, 2016, second, third, fourth, no person have added the product. At that day, the transaction has not happened. But is after you've selected after, in this year, you will get 2016 and 2017 data only. You can see here, 2016 and 2017 data only. That means we have selected after December 31st, 2015. What is the dates after December 31st, 2015? January 1st, 2016. January 2016. When what is the last date? 30/12/2017. You have only 2017 up to data in this order table. So only that data is filtered. So this is how you can select. Now, instead of after, there is an option called as is after. There you can see is after, called is after. How you select is after? You can select here in the date filter, instead of after, instead of this equals after, there is another option called as is after. Okay, so that we'll also discuss. See, in the custom filters, you go here, custom filter equals we have discussed. After is after we have discussed, and next we select is after. We have discussed is after or equals to is another. Is after or equal to. What is meant by is after or equal to? In that condition is that date. If you want 2016 and 2000, now I am asking, I want to filter out 2016 and 17 data. 2016 and 2017 data. Every year start to suppose 2016 year starts from which year? January 1st, 2016. From that date to what is the last date? That means here in this particular orders table, you have December 31st, 2007. December 30. So I am selecting is after or equal to. Now I will select January 1st, 2016. 2016, right? 14, 15, 16. March. If you click on double arrow, years will change. March, January 1st, 2016 means I will need to go back, right? So if you click on this single arrow, you will go month back. I want to filter out is after or equal to. That means this date you will get. whatever the dates after, all the dates after this date also you will get. But here you will not get 2025 data because this order date table is a older table where December 30, 2017 is the last date. That means you will get the dates from Jan 1st, 2016 to 30 December 2017 data you will get. See, you will get this data. Now you can ask me again, sir, why I'm not getting January 1st? You mentioned January 1st, no? Why I'm getting January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, where is the data? That if this data is not appearing over here, reason being, it may be on that particular date, no customer has ordered that product. If the customer would have ordered the product on January 1st, 2016, you would have got that data also. But in the order table transaction, on that particular date, you don't have any transaction. That's why you're not getting over here. And you mentioned on after is after January 1st, 2016 means after that the date, any dates are there, you will able to get the data till the last date. And the last date in this particular table is 30/12/2017, and all that records will be filtered. Okay, that is called as is after. Okay, is after or equal. Now in the date filter also, you can before. There is an option called as before. What is meant by before? I want to load the data before 31st December 2015. So how you can load the data before 31st December 2015? Before 31st December is before. Suppose I want to get all the data up to starting date. Suppose here I am filtering the data. I will try to filter all the data over here. No filters are there. Remove the filters. When you go to the order state, think that order date is starting from 5/1/2015. If any filters are applied over here, there is no filters. Clear filters are available. Text filter. Oh, yeah. 2017 data is the 16 data. If you are able to filter, if any filters are there, okay. Now, I want to filter out the data. Suppose I want to filter out the data before January 1st, 2015. Okay, I will apply the date filter. Date filter, I will select this date filter. I will go to B. I want to filter out all the dates before January 1st, 2017. January 1st, 2017. How I want to select the January 1st, 2017? Year 2025, right? January 1st, 2017 means you need to go here, previous year. You will click on double arrows. You will get 1 year back. 24, 20, 22, 21, 20. Dates before January 1st, 2017, right? So March you are there. January 1st, 2017. What are the dates which are present before January 1st, 2017? You will click. That means if you click on OK. Here from 8th January 2016 to the last date of the January, you will get 31st 12, 2016. So I have mentioned before this date. After this date, what will come? January 1st, 2017. I told whatever the dates which are before January 1st, 2017, what are the dates which are before are there? Those dates I want. So I want that the first one. So before date is from January 1st, 2017, before immediate before date is 31st December 2000. From here, what are the previous dates are present in that order table? All the dates you will get. That is called as before. Okay. Now if I remove the filter. Now is on or before, is before or equal to. So if I select say date filter, instead of here date filter, before you have selected, I will go to custom. Now equals to is before. Instead of is before, I will select is before or equal. Now I will select January 1st, 2017. So how we will get January 2017? We need to click on double R. 2017. Yeah, no. Again, you want to click on this R. February. Is before or equal to means this is a date you will get. Whatever the dates before that also date. Immediate before date of January 1st, 2017 is what? December 31st, 2016. So this date and what are the dates before? This date you will get, these are before. And what are the dates which are present before that dates which are there in the orders table? That dates also you will get. I click on see, you will see. At the end you can see. These are before me. January 1st, 2017, you will get. What are the dates which are present before that dates also you will get? Because you have used is before or equal to. Is before or equal. If you want to see that, you can click on. Now I will try to remove this filter, clear the filter. Now my requirement is I want to load the data which is only 2016 data, only 2016 data, or which is 2016 data I want to load by using an option called as between. Okay, I want to use an option called as between. So I will select this date filter. Okay, now I select between. Suppose I want to load the data 2016 data is after or equal to. That means you would select 2016 data I want to load means 2016 year starts from which date? January 1st. 2016 will ends with which date? December 31st, 2016. So mention the start date of that year before or equal to means end date of that year. Then you get that particular year data. Now I am saying I want to filter out 2016 data. In that condition, I will select between. In the 2016, what is the start date of that particular year? The start date will is January 1st, 2016. It is common, right? I will select 2016. So if I select 2014, 14, 15, 16. It is March, February, January. January 1st, 2016. Okay. And I want to filter out between. You can, if you use between, you can use and equal to what is the last date? The last date of 2016 is 31st December 2016. We are in 2025. Click on double arrow. 14, 15, 16. March. I want to go one step forward. April, May, June, July, August, September, November, October, November, December. What is the last day? December 31st. So I want to January 1st, 2016 to 31st, 12, 2016. Then I will get only 2016 year records. You want to see, click on OK. See, you will see only 2016 records. The last. So the start date is starting from 3rd January 2016. Reason being on January 1st, 2016, on January 2nd, 2016, no RLs are released. And the end date is same. 31st 1 2016. That means you are getting 2016 data. So that is called as between option. Okay. Now there is an option called as I want to load the last 3 days. Now last 3 days, if I will apply the filter over here, I will remove this filter. Okay. Now I want to filter out last 3 days. Last 3 days means your 22nd. Your 22nd here. 1 second, I'm not charging. I will keep my charging. Okay, not okay. Why it is not happening. It is fine. Yeah. Now I will select this last 3 days data I want. So presently we are in which date? 22nd March 2015. Now your client is asking last 3 days data. Last 3 days means 22nd March, 21st March, 20th March, 19th March. These three 2025 data is asked. So if how I can select, you can select this. You can go to the date filter. In the date filter, you can go here is in the previous. You can go is in the previous. Okay. So if I want the example, how many days? 3 is in the previous 3. If I select OK, I will get blank records. Why? Because in this order data, it contains only 2016 and 17 data. But I am asking is in the previous 3 days. That means it will try to go and see, fetch the records from here. That means 2020, 25, 20, right? It will search the 22nd, 21, 2019. Last 3 days dates that it will try to select. If you click on OK, you will get empty records. Why you got empty records means it will go and try to, from this date, it will try to see are there any dates are present. But in your order data, if I clear the filter, when you see the data, it is containing from 2016 data to 2017 data. This data only you got 2016 and 2017 data it is there. But you are asking to filter last 3 days data. That's why you are getting empty records. Now how I can achieve this result? So here if you change this date manually and if you adjust this date, then you will get the records. So how you can change the system date? This is the normal current date. Now manually I am changing the date. How you can select? You can click on this date, go to notification settings. Once you go to the notification settings, you can click on date. In this, once you click on date, you will get change the date and time. Now set time automatically it will be there. Automatically it will be on your system. You select this. Now it will ask select the time and date manually. So you can change this date. Now think you change this date as suppose you are in 21st March 2017. Assume 21st March 2017. Now you click on change. Now your date will be green 21st March 2017. Assume that you are in this. That means currently now you are taking the class. I am taking the class at 21st March 2017. Now I will go to my Power BI test. So here 2016 to 2017 data is there. Up to December you have there. Now March means this March data will be there because December it is there. March data is also there. Now I will go and search for previous 3 days. If the data is there over here, you will get the records. Now what I will do, go to the order state. I will apply the date filter. I will go to is in the previous. I will go. Okay. Now in the previous, I will go 4 days. 4 days. From here, it will try to grow 21, 20, 19, 18. Like this, it will go 4 days and it will search if the records are there, it will give the all. Yeah. Sorry, you are applying on where or row ID, right? So row ID not. Yeah. Let's see. Invested. So you are in 21st. You are selected previous 4 days, right? That means 20, 19, 18, 17. From here, from 21st to previous 4 days. So what is the previous 4 days of 21, 20, 19, 18, 17? Those 3 days data, what does it will filter and what are the sales happened in this particular day? But previously, why you have not got the result? Because it will from here, this day to it will try to go fetch the records. If presently we are in 2025, if I select, but in the your orders table contains only 2016 and 17 record. If I go and select is in the previous 4 days, I will get empty records. But in order to make you more understand, I have changed my date in the system to the past date, and from there I will try to filter that out. So that's you can able to understand. For everything, if you get all blank values and you will not enjoy the class and you will bit confused why I'm not getting the values. So to make you understand, I have manually changed the system data. Now here I will try to remove these records. Remove these records. I will go to the orders table. Instead of date filters, you can go. I'm select is in the previous. In the previous, I will select two. I will select weeks. Is in the previous 2 weeks, I will select. So from here, it will go and count what are the previous 2 weeks data, and that previous 2 weeks data it will fetch. See, okay. Now you can see over. That means it will select from here the previous week from 18th to 18, 17, 16. So you are presently you are in the calendar. Which is this calendar? What is this calendar? March calendar, right? March 2017 calendar. So you can go here. I will search March 2017 calendar. So presently we are in 21st. Okay. You are is in the previous 2 weeks, right? Is in the previous 2 weeks means what it will do. So from here, it will try to in 21st, right? If 21st, that means the previous 2 weeks data it will search. Previous 2 weeks means this week means it is starting from presently we are in 21, right? 19 to 25. This is the current week. This is the current week. Previous week means from here it will not count as 14 days. So 19 to 25. Right now we are in March 21st, right? This is the March 2017 calendar. We are in March 25. So what is the current week? We are in 21st, right? That means this week, 19 to 25. This week we are there. Now I have selected is in previous 2 weeks means it will give the data from 8 to 11. From this week, it will, if there is any data in this week, it will give. That means 12 to 18. If there any data between 5 to 11, it will give that values and it will give the data. It will give. That's why it will from 18. See, 18, 17, 16, 14, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yes. 18, 17, 11, 12, 11, 12, that means previous 2 weeks. And don't confuse it. From here, it will give count 14 days because you have 2 weeks means 14 days. That is not because this 21 this week is considered as current week and previous 2 week data and it will fetch and it will try to give the data by using the filter ones. Okay. Now here also is in the previous, not only in the date filter. If you go into the previous, is in the previous also, you can go to the days. And if in the previous two, if you select not only days, is in the previous year. If I select in the previous one, I will select. So instead of I have selected years, if I select year, is in the previous year, and if I select OK. So currently you are in which year? 2017. Previous year means it will select 2016 years data. That means then in the 2016 you have third, it stands for this. Only previous year means 2016 data it means up to 31. Go to third one 2000. That means 2016 year data it will give because you have selected is in the previous year. Okay. Again, if you want to select in the date filter, if I select is in the previous, same only is in the previous. Suppose I select is in the previous one. Instead of year we have seen quarter, I will see. Okay, is in the previous quarter. First is in the previous one quarter. Okay, if I select OK, what data I will get? Presently we are in March. March means in which quarter? So I have said we have 4 quarters. We have 4 quarters. If I go to over here, like suppose in the data, suppose you will say every year will have 4 quarters. Then first quarter, Q1. Q1 means what? From Jan to March. Q2 means what is quarter two? April, May, June. April to June. July, August, September. October, November, December. What? Now we are in third March 21st, 2017. So assume that we are in 2017 year. That means we are in which quarter? This quarter, first quarter. So suppose first quarter of the 2017 means Jan to March. We are presently in Jan. So assume this is the 2017 year quarter, 2017 second quarter, 2017 third quarter. Now I have selected previous quarter. So what will be the previous quarter for this 2017? What is the previous quarter? The previous quarter for first quarter 2017 will be quarter 4 of 2016. What is the quarter 4 of 2016? October to December 2016. So presently, if you are in Jan to March means which quarter we have? March. That means you are falling on first quarter 2017 because you are here 2017. So previous quarter means what is the previous quarter for this year is quarter 4 December. That means what is the quarter 4 December is October to December 2016. So if you select is in the previous quarter, it will filter the data of quarter 4 of 2016. That means it will filter out October, November, December 2016 data. So if you see over here, see, it will filter same only here. October, see, October 2016, 11 November 2016, December 2016. That's why it is in the previous quarter means it will not consider this quarter. Right now we are in which quarter? 21 December 2016. That means Jan to March 2017 means we are falling on first quarter 2016. Is in the previous quarter means it will not consider this quarter. So this previous quarter will be quarter 4 2016. Quarter 4 2016 will start from October, December, and that data it is filtered. Okay, that is called is in the previous. Okay, not only this Power BI, it will give lot of options will be there in the power is in the previous. Suppose you go and select is in the previous, you select. Okay, is in the previous two or is in the previous one. Instead of years, we have seen quarter months. Is in the previous month if you select. Currently, we are in which month? 21/3 means March month. Is in the previous month means what is the March 2017, right? What is the previous month of March 2017? February month. So is in the February, if you select 1 month, if you select OK, February month data of 2017 will be filtered. If you see here, we'll see only February data. That is called as is in the previous month. And again, if the previous month, don't think right, 21, we are in 21 to 2017. From back, it will count 30 days. That means 20, it from here back for 30 days, then it will go and count to 20 to 2017. Like that, it will not. It will go and count the calendar month. Okay, from here means 2017 means here currently it will think as March month and it will try to filter out the February month and it will give the February month the data. Like that, you need to understand. And I am clearing the filter. Again, if you filter the data is in the previous, okay, is in the previous, instead of 1 month also we have seen out of days, last month, weeks, we have seen days, hours. Sometimes if you dealing with the sensitive data, suppose if you're working on some stock market, suppose in the big billion day, or sometimes in the some online offers, if you order the product between 3 to 6, so you will get 50% discount. The company will keep such type of offers in some online sites. And they will try to analyze that sales, what happened in last 3 hours. Think that from we are in 1750, like 550. Suppose in the last 3 hours, we have given lot of discount. So if you want to see is in the previous from year to, if you want to the previous 3 hours data they want. If you select OK, so what are the sales which are happened in last 3 hours you will get. Okay, not only this is in the previous minutes. Sometimes if you are dealing with the very sensitive data, like stock market data, they want to see how much data which happened in the last previous 3 minutes, and Power Query will able to get the data. But in that condition, you will not, you need to connect with the latest data. So here we have connected with the older data. Sometimes if you get some project related to Amazon or Flipkart, they will give their access to their live database. Suppose they are stored in the SQL database, you will connect the live connection. So whatever in the next second, in the previous second, what are the products they are added, automatically it will be reflected in your database. When you connect through the live database or direct query or live connection. Here I am not connecting to the live data. Just I am connecting to the data which is stored in my desktop here. This is the sample super data. This is the data I have stored. I am connecting to this data. Already the older data. But if you want to connect to the live data, suppose if you whatever in the if you connect to some Flipkart Amazon database in the last second throughout India, some people might be order the product. That will be automatically reflected in the database. If you select in the previous is in the previous 3 minutes or seconds, 3 minutes if you select OK, and how many persons are added the product, that data also you will get. So our Power Query will analyze the data at very end in the previous, not only in the previous minutes, in the previous seconds also, if the data is updated, that type of the filters are also you can able to filter by using the this Power Query. So that is called is in the previous. Not only is in the previous, you can select uh, is in the previous we have selected. These are the options that we have discussed. And not only this data, is there is an options in the Power Query. You can apply the filters over here is in the previous. There is an option called as is earliest. What is in this particular date? I want to filter out is earliest. If I select, what is meant by is earliest means what is the old data which is present. Earliest means the oldest date which is there in the table. That means second one 2016 February. That means January 2nd, 2016 is the starting date. Earliest means starting date, which is present in that particular column. It will filter. Earliest means older. Now, if I remove this, if I select, I want to filter out in this date, what is the last date? That means latest date, older date if I want. In that condition, if you need to select the last date, it is what is the last date it is there. It will scroll, it will take a lot of time. But if you want to do it through the filters, if you want to the filters, you can select in the order date. You can go to the date filter. Is the latest. Latest means in that particular column, what is the last date? What is the newer date? Latest date. That means here 2000, you can 2016 to 2017 data is there. Maybe 31st December or 30 December 2017 is the latest date. If you select is latest. See, 30 December 2017 is the last date which is present in that particular column. It will filter. Now, if you filter, if you remove the clear filter, if you apply on this filter in the date filter, is not earliest. If I select, that means what is the older date in that particular column, it will not appear. All the dates except that date, it will appear. That is called is not earliest. See here, 2nd February that will not appear. So that is a older date, except that all the dates will appear. That is called as is not earliest. Now, if I filter over here this date, date filter, if I select is not latest means the latest date is what? 30 December 2017, right? Except that date, you will get all the dates. See, you can filter in the last date. 30 12 2017 will not there. Before the 30/12 it is there because it is a latest, it is a last or latest date. That date is not present. But if I know, if I remove the filter and if you see here, you will see that date. That date. See. So before that date is not latest means the latest will not appear. Before that date 28/12 it has appeared because the last you have selected is not latest. So like that you can able to filter that. Not only this, if you want to date filter, in the date filter, there is an option called as year. That means if you want to filter in the year's data, if you select this year, next year means 2017, next year 2017 is 2018, but 2018 you don't have the data, maybe you will get the blanks. Why you are getting blanks again? Because right now you're in 2017, you are filtering 2018 data, but in my database of order date, I have 2016 and 17 data. Now I am asking to filter to give 2000 next year means 18 data. There is no data. That's why it is giving empty. Now, if I remove the filter over here, now I will ask filter, date filter, instead of this year, I will ask this year. This year means now we are in which year? 2017. It is asking filter out that year records. I want only 2017 records. It will give that this year data. Date filter, go to year, this year. So only now 2017 years values you will get. If you want to check it, we can open here. See, first one 2017 this year to 31st 12 2017. That means this year data, particular if the data which is there in that particular year, you are able to get the records. That is called as this year data. Okay. Now, if I want to remove the filters, you can filter. Now, one more filter you can apply, date filter in the year. If you want to last year, 2000, now you are in 2017 year. Last year means it will filter out 2016 data and you will get the records of only 2016 years data. Now, if you want to see date filter year, you will go the last year. See, only last year means 2016 data only you will get. See, these are the 2016. So this is how. Next year means you don't have next year data, you got empty. This year means 2017 data you will get. Previous year means last year means you will get 2016 data. So like that, you can able to get the data based upon the filters. Now, in the same way, you can do as an assignment. You can see next year, this year, last year to date. Now you need to understand year to date. If you click on year to date, the what is the starting date of that year from that date to today. Today means what is the day today? Now I have said today is 31st March 2016. Think that I am giving the Power BI class. Right now we are in March 21st, 2016. If I select year to date, it will fetch, it will go to this year. What is the start date of that year? January 1st, 2017. From that date to March 21st, 2017, that records, it will give the output. That is called year to date. If you want to see here, date filter, okay, date filter. Now run year and click on year to date. For this will be mostly will be using in many visual year to date. See, that means the records from so January 1st, 2017 to today. What is the today? 31st March 2017. March 21st, 2017. So what is the first date of that this month? This year? Year to date means in this year, what is the first date? January 1st, 2017. So that is called year to date. If tomorrow I select if year to date 22/3/2017, that starting date it will become, it will filter the record from 22nd/3/2017. Like that, it will clear the year to date. Now, here I've explained all the values for years. Now, as an assignment, you can do for quarter. See, next year means next year. It will try to. This year means current year. Last year means previous year. Year to date means starting of the year to current year. Similarly, for quarter, next quarter. If you select the next quarter means what? So here January, right? You are in the January. March means you are in the first quarter. If I select next quarter, what? See, you can go to the quarter concept that I have explained. See, right now Jan to March. March 2000, you are in March 21st. That means you are in the first quarter. Now next quarter means quarter two. Next quarter I have selected. That means it will filter out the quarters for April, month, May, and June. You will get April month data, You'll get April month data, May month data, and June month data. If you want to see, if I select over here, see April month data, May month data, 6 June month data. That is next one. Okay, like that you need to apply the date filter is in the ABS quarter, next quarter. The clear date filter you can apply next quarter, this quarter, last quarter, quarter one, quarter two, quarter. In that next month data, you can select month wise data, week wise data, day wise data, hours, what is in the next hour, this hour, how much sales happen, last hour, how much sales happen, in next minute, how much the sales is going to happen. That means the forecasting in case of seeing the based upon present trend, how much sales may happen. If you have the future state data, you can predict this minute how much data has happened, sales have happened, last minute how much happened. Okay, in the date filter also you can minutes, seconds, next seconds data, this second how much sales happened, last second how much sales have happened. When you connect to the live data, such type of some granular level of the filters that you can do with the Power Query. So this type of the filters, if you want to apply in Excel, you need to write lot of formulas. For previous also, you need to go and write the previous function. If you want to last year or last second data, you need to give last month, last second data. Lot of formulas you need to write. But here, if you want to do it in the Power Query, just you need to understand some basic language. If you understand how to filter the data, if you understand some basic English, you can able to try to filter the data according to your need. That's why this Power Query has become all the features are very advanced. Everything is straightforward. First, just need to understand and practice those data, and you can able to do majority of the basic. If you want to do this in the SQL or something, you will write lengthy code. But in the Power Query, see whatever the transformation you are writing here, it will write the query and it will fetch the data. If I'm writing the filters, backend it will write the code. But you no need to understand that mesh up language code. Just you need to see for which options are working, and you need to manually filter the each option, and you need to see the data, how the data is changing. Okay, then you can try to explore the options. Okay, if remaining the filter concept is there, I will try to explain the next class. So as of today, what are the topics we have covered? We have studied what is the data type, what are the different type of the data types are there, what are the filters, what are the different types of the filters are there, and how we have tried to filter the data. Okay, so let me stop the recording. Right. Is it clear? Like Nilma, are you following Shirisha, Vishwa? Is it clear or any confusion? Hello. Yeah, if you have any doubts that I can clear it. Is it fine, Nilma? Hope you are following the class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And I will share the recording to you and try to follow the recording. Okay. And thank you. Thanks for joining.